Hey, I'm here with Alan, our shop coordinator, and we're just wondering, Alan, who are you?
I'm Alan Mascari. I am the shop coordinator here at JKEAA Music, and I've been living here in Riverside for a few years, so it's a nice place to live.
Yeah, all right, great. How long have you worked over at JKEAA?
A little over 4 years. It'll be 5 in August.
Oh, wow, that's a good long while.
Yeah, it's been here for a good while. Yeah,
You must like working here then.
I do. I do. It's nice to work with in the environment, connecting with music, the musical instruments, preparing them, um, making music, of course, but also making sure that all the music instruments are in working condition, up to very good quality and playing condition, and also with the band, keeping the supplies um, for the schools and the band directors well supplied. Whether they need them, whatever they need for supply. So it's either repairing music instruments or providing them the musical supplies.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. And so, what do you do specifically with JKEAA?
Well, I have a few duties, a lot more than few, but basically what I do is I uh, am in charge of the intake of the instruments, of what the repairs come in and then what goes out. So keeping record of what's coming in and what's going out. In that process, I receive either phone calls from band directors or emails, and then coordinate when to pick them up, usually with Jim, the owner, and then Chris is also involved. That's the owner's wife. So we kind of team together and coordinate when we'll pick those up uh, in the time frame that they have, whether it's a rush or just if they're just not in a hurry for that. So I'll do that. We'll go pick up the instruments, and when they come back, I actually receive them and put all the instruments in the database based off of the serial numbers, and then go from there and tag them. And then the next thing I do is I send a master ticket. Pardon me. What we do is me and Jim, the owner, get together and we do the tech evaluations, and then I input all the information on what repairs will be need to be performed on the instrument or instruments, and then any parts, will attach the parts to it. And then what I do is when we're finished, I then email the band director, or if sometimes it's not the band directors, it's usually the school district's purchaser, and I'll email them the master ticket, which is basically is a compiled uh, service tickets of all the totals on the repairs and then the repair parts. And then once they approve them, then I schedule them into our database system, and then they change the dates accordingly within the time frame, within the week, or if it's a rush, then I just change it depending on the week or the day that they want to finish. And then Jim and I coordinate that, and then it goes to the techs, and then that's when they go and start the repairs from there. Once they're finished, I play test the woodwinds. Some of the woodwinds. Jim play tests the bassoons. We have another tech that play tests the oboes. I primarily just play test the saxophones and flutes and some of the clarinets, because the other tech's a clarinet player, so he does that. So we'll kind of collaborate on that. Then I will prep the cases and then get them ready for the deliveries. So the deliveries are pretty much when they're finished. We'll just group together and then coordinate with me, Chris, or Jim what day we're going to deliver the repairs, and then we just get them in and out accordingly through a good amount of time. Sometimes I get answer the phone calls here, the incoming calls. We'll get a customer that comes in, and I take their like walk-ins. I'll take their instruments in, and then we'll do the same thing here with Jim. We'll do the evals here. If he's not here, if he's on, say if he's at a meeting or somewhere on the route, then we'll just do it the same day, like when he comes back. so that at least the evals will get done that day, and I'll be able to contact the customer that day and see if we get any approvals based on the work that needs to be done on those instruments. So that's pretty much that. The intake, the instruments, keeping track of the inventory, and then we deliver them based on the inventory. Sometimes not all the instruments go out. Sometimes we'll need parts. So me and my associates will help me intake the parts or input, pardon me, the parts. If they're in the database system, is easy. That's great. And then sometimes if we don't have the parts, we special order them. If they are not in the system, they also help me input the information in, and then we'll get the costs and everything, and then we'll just get the parts going from there, and then order the parts. So that's the only time when parts or repairs don't make it back before the others that do have the parts here. So there's kind of like stragglers. So that's the only time that they'll not make the batch. So that's pretty much it. So intake, outtake, customers come in, and walk-ins or calls, or we'll call backs and stuff like that. And sometimes people come in and rent instruments as well, or just come in and buy some supplies.
Right. Okay. So basically, you're over here at the repair shop, kind of the main point of contact for a lot of this sort of stuff. You'll
Correct.
For customers and for directors, anything that has to do with the repairs, you're the guy.
Correct.
Okay. Well, cool, great. Now I know you mentioned it a little bit earlier before, but what do you actually play?
Play sax. Tenor sax is my main instrument. Alto sax is second, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I play flute and clarinet, so I really enjoy the tenor sax because of the timbre of the instrument and the feel of the instrument. I always enjoy that. So.
Right. Okay. And then just kind of to wrap up here, what is your favorite genre of music, either to play or to listen to?
I actually I like to play. I like to listen to jazz. That's kind of what I was inspired by with all the Blue Note greats. John Coltrane, Sonny Rollins. The list goes on. I can list Miles Davis, Freddie Hubbard, and I also forgot to mention that for 4.5 years I played the guitarron for a mariachi band with my father-in-law. Him and his family, my family play instruments, so it was fun to be part of that. So I did play that for a while, and I still enjoy it. So I did play that. So I do like jazz, mariachi. I do like classical music. Depends on whatever mood I'm in. I may get into some other kind of music as far as like to be a little bit more well-rounded. I've been listening to some other stuff like I don't know, like blues, dance music a little bit here to kind of keep a little bit variety, but mostly jazz.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So thanks so much for taking some time to sit down with me and just talk about you and
Yeah,
who you are and what you do. I
it's a pleasure.
appreciate that. Hope everyone at home could enjoy this video, kind of get some insight into one of the arguably one of the most important cogs in this company that keeps everything moving and grooving, right? So thanks for sitting down with me, Alan.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for watching at home, and we'll see you guys next
See
time.
you later.